Hey, AstroNerdBoy here, and today we want to go over the stores. This is for new players, players who've been around for a long time. You already gonna know this stuff, but for new players, one of the questions that's going to come up is about the different stores in the game. So I thought I would do a video for newer players, going over the different stores, kind of what your priorities need to be in the stores, you know, just to try to help out, because that's one of the when you're new to a game, you kind of like. You're overwhelmed, and I understand the stores kind of unlock as you level up in the game, and you may or may not have all these stores unlocked yet at your level if you're a new player. But when you get to have all the stores unlocked, it's kind of nice to know, well, what's our priorities? What should I spend currency on? What should I not spend on? So we're going to start with offers here. Now, offers and power cores are going to be the same across the store, so we're just going to cover this once. Now, in terms of what you spend in here, if you're going to go full Uber Whale or full Kraken, you know, more power to you. The sky's the limit. But in terms of what you should spend in the game, Mobile Gamer does a daily or near daily offer review video. And I'll have a link to his channel in the chat. But he does a really good guide every day on how he values things, whether or not they're a good value or not. Now, he would probably like say not to buy this, but this is one of those that, for me personally, really just unlocked Phoenix. I got it. This is actually the best price they ever sell these for, if you're going to spend. But I will say, as a general rule of thumb, if you're a new player, maybe if you're a brand new player, this one. Ability orbs are kind of rubbish, real quick. You know, that's not a bad offer. This one, probably, if you want to spend, like, you know, just a little bit of money, this is, like, worth it if you're going to spend a little bit of money. There will be offers sometimes, for example, like this. Now, this team is rubbish, but you're getting 600 character shards for 20 bucks, and it gives you a team. Nobu and Hand Assassin are needed to get Phoenix, or, well, you can use one or both. But you're going to need one of the two. So, you know, there's a reason to get both those characters, even though it's a rubbish team. Plus, there's an event that requires the hand, and you get a bunch of free gear. So, you know, it's not like they are 100% worthless. There is a use for them, but, you know, getting this many character shards for 20 bucks, you know, is not bad. Same thing over here. Not quite as much of a value, but like this team will get you, well, can be used in war defense or whatever, or it will help you get Iron Man when he gets back into the constant legendary event. But anyway, so that's what that is. And then power cores, again, if you're going to spend money, most of the time the stuff you're going to buy, as you saw, was like for actual dollar amounts. But power cores, for the most part, and we're going to go over this a lot in a bit, you're mostly going to use power cores for energy refreshes. So I got 3 premium orbs here, but this is this game's gacha. If you play a gacha game like Fate Grand Order or something, this is the main gacha in this game. And you can actually use premium cores to buy orbs. Never do that. In fact, don't use premium cores at all in anything in this store. Like, just primarily the rule of thumb is use your premium cores to get energy refreshes. You're going to get more bang for your buck that way. Once in a blue moon in the offers, there will be an offer for a premium core deal where it's like, oh, hey, that's pretty good. But most of the time, no. Most of these offers are just like trash. You don't want to waste your time with them. You want to actually use your, like I said, use your cores for the energy refreshes. That's where you're going to get more bang for your buck. So that covers premium cores right there. Now, again, offers, though, when you got the premium cores, the premium orbs here. Now, sometimes in offers, there'll be an offer that will give you, let's say, a ton of premium orbs. And it might be, the valuation generally tends to be, if you're a newer player, it's probably about like $2 an orb. If you're an in-game player, it's probably down to about $1 because you've already got the characters. So It's going to end up depending on how many premium orbs you get for how much you're spending. So those kind of offers sometimes will be really good, but anything that you're going to spend the power cores for, no, don't do it. Now, in terms of premium cores, though, premium orbs, you're going to get these. You're going to earn these. There's a Blitz that you can get these. There's login rewards, all this stuff. Red stars, same thing. So you'll get these naturally. So you'll be able to unlock these without spending a penny if you don't want to. So that's really nice. But see, some of these other orbs here. Hey, look, you could spend some cores and get these orbs. Yeah, no. Never do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even on the gold. Right now I have a gold orb. In fact, let's just go ahead and open it. This is one I've earned. I need that. But if you see, like, say 450 cores for a gold orb, not worth it. Trust me. Not worth it at all. So just allow these things to come naturally. Or if you find an offer and everyone's saying, oh yeah, you definitely want to get that offer. Like sometimes there'll be maybe a mega orb for $5. If you're willing to spend $5 for 50 to 100 shards of a random character, you know, it's actually the cheapest they sell those orbs for. So that is fine, but of course you can't use cores to get mega orbs. So, but in the supply section, now your daily task, you're gonna have to do 3 per day. You gotta buy 3. When you're a new player, obviously you're not gonna have a lot of gold, so you're gonna be down here probably trying to just save as much gold as you can and just buying the green stuff. And then maybe, okay, you know what? I need some of this blue gear, because now then you're at a level where you're getting to need blue gear. But for the most part, the value on these is not that great. Don't get me wrong, I will still occasionally buy something from here just to meet my requirements, or if I'm like desperate. But in terms of trying to save your gold, most of the stuff in this store for gold purchases is not that good of a value. If you got to do it, fine. But it's not really that good of a value. Where you need to save for is in this section here. And I have a video about the unique orange mats. Like, this is a unique orange mat. And I will need this for Asgardian characters. So it's a priority 3 target for me, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just for the sake of this video. This is something that I would buy. This is a, I think you'd call this like a rare piece. It's not unique. This is a mini unique for skill. This is a unique, you'll notice by the pricing. See, one of these pieces is 72,000. One of these regular pieces is 32.1. That's kind of how you can tell. And it all depends on whether or not you know how many of these you have. But you'll want to start, if you're going to play the game for a while, you're going to want to start worrying about mini uniques, and the certain rare pieces right away, because they're hard to get. I've got Carnage, who's been sitting there for a week and hasn't moved a bit because I just haven't been getting the pieces to buy. So that covers for the main store. Now for the Blitz store, if you're in war, these 2 pieces, and it depends on how competitive you are in war, but you'll want to buy these just to help your team out possibly in war for defense boosts. And if you want to do more attacks, the war energy refill. It does have the SBCs and ABCs here. I don't usually, if you do a lot of blitzing and you build up a lot of currency, yeah, you can spend this currency doing this. Most of the time, no. I would spend my currency getting specific characters. Now, before we go there any further, let's go ahead and open up these Blitz Orbs real quick. Now, if you notice, these are ones I've earned. And this is the only way you can get her at current stage in the game, is from this orb. So yay, I got 10 of her. But you notice you get 5 shards and some gold on the end. So in terms of spending your Blitz currency, when you're early in the game, if you're not farming for a specific team, you're getting more bang for your buck because you're getting a little bit of gold and you're getting 5 character shards for 350 versus you know, direct character farming, you're not. You're spending an extra 150 currency per character. However, what I will say is for example, Guardians of the Galaxy, if you're going to go for Star-Lord, which I do recommend. I mean, the game is passing Star-Lord by, but I think he still has value for getting into Dark Dimension 2. And he's still a good character, especially in early game. He's an amazing character in early game. But to get Star-Lord, you need as Guardians of the Galaxy characters. So, yeah, you want to get Mantis, you want to get Gamora. Yeah, I totally get it. And I don't see that there's anything wrong with saying, you know what, I'm going to spend an extra 150 of the Blitz currency to get 5 of the shards guaranteed that I want, versus going in here and like, please give me Gamora, please give me Gamora. Oh no, I got Ant-Man there. Oh, well, let's see, maybe this time. Yeah. No, it's a fail. So you see what I mean? But you do get some gold out of this, so that's the one plus. If you don't have a team you're specifically farming, and this is actually, I'll be honest, this is what I do. I don't do it often because I'm just kind of lazy. But in terms of you know, if you want to be efficient, use the orbs. If you're just direct farming, I got to get X character for this team to get this legendary unlocked. You know, Rhino is part of Sinister Six. For Invisible Woman and Shuri, absolutely go here. Now, the other orbs in his store, you can earn these through different events that go on. There's an event going on right now. Now, the reason normally you do not hoard orbs, and that's something I missed in this deal. I only have these like orbs saved up now because I do weekly orb videos. But if you're a new player, do not hoard orbs. Open them immediately. You need the stuff immediately. But in Blitz Store here for the orbs, now this is one of the exceptions to the rule. And what I mean by that is, as you're earning these, don't just go willy-nilly spending them. If you got a character, you know, save it for the specific character. Like right now, most of the time I've been bio characters I've been leveling up. So most of my orbs have been going into opening up the bio orbs. So if you're working on Mutant, and you know, I'll be working on Phoenix here. So I may be opening up a bunch of these Phoenix mutant orbs. Mystic, same thing. But so you understand, it makes sense to save these orbs and not open them right away. But under normal circumstances, for normal orbs, for shards and stuff, you know, you don't need to hoard them. Open them up right away. These are an exception to that rule. All right, so for this store, we have the same situation for the raid store as we do for the Blitz. The raid orb is 900 credits, raid currency. So if you open up a raid orb, what you get is 5 character shards in the center, and then 2 randos on the side. So you're getting a total of 8, sorry, me math. 5 plus 2 plus 2 is not 8. Not, at least not in this universe. You get 9 total character shards. So in this case, I got like, you know, 7 Namor, which, okay, that's cool, right? So for bang for currency, when you're early on, that's probably, you know, better bang for currency. However, when you're farming like as Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket is in this store. And it's going to be 1400. But hey, at least you get 5 Rocket shards. So that's the beauty of the raid store. It's very expensive. So there's 2 schools of thought. You can either open the orbs for less and get a lot of different rando characters out of the store, or you can just save your currency, and then whenever the character you're farming for, like a Rocket or a Mysterio, if you're working on Sinister Six, shows up, you just spring for them. Now at my level, because I've already got them, I mean, you know, I'm just passive farming to 7 stars on all these. Once you get a character to 6 stars, that's about as far as you need to push them. After that, you can passive farm them. So after that, once you get all the characters that you need out of this store, and I still need Thor, so I basically, anytime Thor shows up here, I buy him. But I've got so much currency, as you can see, that, you know, I can afford to go, okay, you know what, yeah, we can stock up on that. Don't really need it, but I know I'm kind of low, and ooh, you know, this is kind of getting a little bit low for this unique purple gear, so maybe I'll get some of that just to be safe. And Yeah, wow. Don't really want to buy blue gear though, but I'll be honest, I have done that before when I'm like desperate. But there's that. Now, again, I'm only hoarding the blue raid gear orbs because I just don't need the blue gear most of the time. So there's no reason for me to open them at my level. But at early levels, open them. There's no reason to hold on to them. Now, there is an event that happens about twice a year for where you open up blue or different orbs, and you get points, and there's milestones and rewards for opening up orbs. But don't worry about that. If you're a new player, open up the orbs right away. In fact, the reason I haven't opened up these is just because I forgot. But I'll need to do that. But like this is where you can get some unique purple gear, like this. So, but see, I've got like 50 billion of this, and you know, a lot of that. Don't want the offer. And then for the orange gear, I got a lot. There's no uniques in here. That's why it's not a priority to me. At one point in time, I ran out of certain orange gear pieces, and I had over 250 of these orbs saved up. And I just opened them all up just to get as many of those orange pieces that I was missing as possible. But right now, I'm not lacking for regular orange gear. Therefore, I've just been leaving them. But ordinarily, you would not. You know, you can just open them up. Now these alpha, beta, and gamma raid orbs, yeah, just open them up. They change out what characters are in these from time to time, but this is a good place to get some fairly decent characters if you're raiding, and hopefully you're raiding, doing or trying to do as much raiding as possible. Now the arena store. This is this Kingpin Vault orb. Yeah, you can get Kingpin from it, and you can get a lot of good gear pieces. But this is for in-game players who've already got all the characters out of the arena store up to 7 stars, pretty much. Or they just don't care about farming them up any further. But obviously for the raid store, you're just going to farm whatever characters that you're wanting to work on. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy to get Star-Lord. You know, Sinister Six to get Shuri and Invisible Woman, and then as Guardians to get Black Bolt, and then I'm working on Crystal right now to get Ebony Maw. So pretty straightforward there. Now this is the most critical store in the deal, the War Store. Reason for that is the War Store raid currency, or not raid currency, War Store currency is very, very special. I mean, it's just hard to get. It's everything you see here, as you see, is expensive, and you don't get a lot of currency. So off the bat, I don't care how bad you need. You can ignore this. This is for in-game players. For when you get your start tech to max. But you know, don't waste it on blue gear at all. I don't care how short you are. Don't waste it on blue gear. I don't care how short you are on purple gear. Don't waste it on purple gear. And the reason for that is you want to save your gear, your currency, for Sif first. You want to get Sif first out of the store. But Carnage is a top 10 character. You know, you want him at some point. Who else is in here? Well, Graviton is not bad, but he's not great. He's definitely not a priority to get out of the store. Neither is Cable. Absolutely do not spend money on on Merc Sniper. Do not spend money on Nobu. He's in this store too for some reason. I have no idea why. There's one more character who's eluding me. He's Mr. Sinister. But as you see, it's $13.75 just to get 5 shards, and you don't get a lot of this currency for winning a war. So, but then there's also these unique pieces. So if you're needing to get a character to gear 13, or mini uniques will show up in here. Doesn't look like, yeah, there's no mini uniques this time. There's not even that many uniques, but like this is a unique, this is unique, this is a rare. But you want to save your currency and prioritize, you know, which of these kind of pieces you want to buy. Like I said, I have a video on prioritizing the uniques. So yeah, be very, very stingy on spending in this store. I basically say for SIF right now, and only top priority mini uniques and uniques. And I mean like top priority. You know, I could use probably more of this for later, but no, it's not priority right now. It's not priority, so don't get it. And then where I talked about that, now for the orbs, for this currency here, I will admit that when I started doing wars properly, I was getting the purple gear war orbs, just because you can get purple gear and unique purple gear materials. And I can't say that that's wrong, but for me, once I started getting characters to push for Dark Dimension 2 to get to Gear 13, I suddenly regretted that I had not been using my currency on this, because you get the unique gear pieces and mini uniques out of this orb for orange gear to get to 13 and 14, Gear 14. So from now on, I just use this for this currency, and that is it. I do not use this currency for any of this other stuff. I would never use it for blue, just farm for blue. Purple, I understand if you want to, and there is unique gear here. So there is a, you know, you can justify it just for the unique gear. But if you can hold off on that, the orange gear, because you just need so much of the orange uniques and mini uniques when you get down the road for Dark Dimension 3 and the Ultimate 7 raids. So that's what I would do in this store. Now for this Elite store, and this is kind of a tricky one. There's only a few places you can get this currency. There's a monthly event. I think it's the Wakandans that do it, and it's only monthly. Also, if you do your start tech, you get one of these a day. Once in a while, there might be some little special deal or some sort of thing from the devs where you get more. But this currency right here, you kind of need to be careful on where you spend it. I mean, like, don't spend it on Wolverine. Don't spend it on Ravager, Bruiser. You know, like Carnage, that's not a bad expenditure at this point in the game because he's a top 10 character. He's needed for Dark Dimension 3, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Ravager, Boomer, absolutely not. So you just be very, very, very stingy about spending here. I do understand. I have at early on taken certain characters that were really good, that I knew were really good, and getting them, like, they had no red stars, and like, okay, I have 1 red star, let's go ahead and spend the 4 and get this really good character to 2 red stars. So I get that, and I've done the same thing, like for my Asgardian team. Pretty much every one of the characters I spent money in this store to get them all to 3 red stars. And 3 red stars is still not that good, but at least it's better than nothing. But for the most part, you kind of want to save your currency in here for only the best of the best characters. And whatever's best of the best at whenever you're playing the game changes. So just kind of, you know, check around, see what's the top characters, and then try to save up, if you've got them, try to save up your currency for that. Now for the orbs, never spend your currency here, oh heck, I can't even think what they call this currency. Your Elite 4 currency for silver promotion credits. The exchange rate is awful. So for 5,000 Elite 4 currency, yes, it's RNG, but you get a guaranteed 4-star character. It's RNG, but you get a guaranteed 4-star RNG character. Versus if you spend 5,000 Elite 4 currency on 5 silver promotion credits, what are you getting? A 2-star and a 1-star? You're not getting anything, is the point. So even though it sucks, even though the RNG sucks, yeah, never use the exchange deals. They're just rubbish. I don't see any, even the whale, uber whales and krakens. No one spends to get. They just go for their RNG. And to be honest, I think that's what the devs want anyway. They'd rather you do the RNG rather than get specific, which is why the exchange rates are so bloody awful. But, and again, there's no real reason to hoard. I mean, as soon as you get one of these, the only school of thought that you could have on hoarding these, if you're a new player, is if a new character comes out, they usually have a higher drop rate, like Scream, for example. Scream is the new thing that's coming down the pipe, and right now, Red Star drops for Scream are at a higher rate. So yeah, if there's a character you really want to get who's a new thing that's coming down the pipe, yeah, okay, yeah, so you could save for them. I generally tend not to, because it's like, it doesn't matter. Now this is a new store, the ISO8 store. It's tempting to buy stuff out of here. Don't, because you don't have a lot of currency. And getting once you start merging these pieces in ISO8 to make stronger pieces, next tier pieces, next level pieces, however you want to say it, you know, the cost continues to go up. So there's not a lot of currency that you earn. So the school of thought is don't spend anything in this one. And then for orbs, yeah, don't spend your cores for the stuff. And, you know, you can watch what people say as far as like in the offers for these kind of premium orbs, ISO8. But you'll get a lot of these from earning them. But that's pretty, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. Now this is another fairly new store, the Ultra Store. This comes, we used to have just Ultimus Orbs and that was it. But a lot of in-game players were not very happy because when you get Ultimus Orbs, the downside to Ultimus Orbs is there's a lot of characters. So if you've got a character to 7 stars, that's how you get this Ultimus Orb currency, this Ultra Store currency. So let's say you get like Captain America to 7 stars. You're like, woohoo, got a 7 star. And then you get, let's say you open up a Mega Orb and you get 100 character shards for Captain America. That's awesome, right? But then you might go into this store. Now, Captain America is not in the Ultimate Store, Orb, so I'm just using him as an example, though. But let's say he was in the Ultimate Orb. I mean, it would suck to get 2,000 currency, open up an Ultimate Orb, and get 15 Captain America shards when you already have him at 7 stars. It's a total waste. It's like basically blowing away 90% of your currency for nothing. So that's the downside to the Ultimate Orbs. But as a new player, and even at my level, this is the only place that I spend my Ultimate currency on the Ultra Store, is the Ultimate Orbs, because I don't have a lot of characters at 7 stars, so it's still worth it to me to get this. And this is the only place you can get Ultimus. He's a suck character, but you know, whatever. He's not the very bottom of the bottom, but he's not very good considering this is the only place you can get him at. And I just unlocked him last week. But for in-game, you know, I see some in-game players sometimes will burn their Ultimate Orbs on this. Or Ultimate currency, sorry. Ultra Store currency. But even still, even some of them, because a new character might get put into the Ultimate Orb. So a lot of them will still go for the Ultimate Orb too, trying to get the new character. So, and in this store, I don't see anyone ever buying anything out of this, to be honest. So, I would not. You're not gonna worry about it. You're just buy the Ultimate Orb, and be done with it. So, but that covers all the stores. At the end of this pop-up offers. Hopefully, this has been a help. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if the video was helpful to you, consider giving it a like and give my channel a subscribe. And there's also my anime and manga blog at anime.astronerdboy.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.